I promise you. You see, I'm playing. I swear to God.
That is Russell Westbrook.
I swear to God.
Russ, don't worry about it, Russ. Russ, don't worry about it, man. Play your game, Russ. Play your game, Russ. Russ, play your game, man. Play your game, man.
It does not matter whether he is at home or on the road. Fans are going after Russell Westbrook with a nickname someone coined a while back.
Well, you're stuck with Russell Westbrook. This is Russell Westbrook. I don't think you can overcome Russell Westbrook. While we're on this subject, before I get back to LeBron, I think it's time once again for our daily ritual, our Russell Westbrook.
Because of this, fans have become more vicious with Westbrook. However,
your wife had a social media thread today that I think gave some open kind of a window to some of the extreme things that have happened to your family this season. People kind of talking.
My career, you mean?
Well, it seemed like it was about this season, but I was wondering if there was anything you could speak to that.
Yeah, I think, for one, I 100% stand behind my wife and how she's feeling because it's not just about this year. Right now, she's reached a point, and my family has reached a point to where it's really weighing on them.
Before we play the rest of Russ's soundbite, what exactly did his wife say? Mrs. Nina Westbrook wrote on Twitter, "When I'm being harassed on a daily basis over basketball games, and I'm having obscenities and death wishes for me and my family sent my way because you're expressing your truth, it's hard for me to get on board with that."
And it's very unfortunate. Just for me personally, because this is just a game. This is just a game. This is not end all be all. And when it comes to basketball, I don't mind the criticism of missing and making shots, but the moment it becomes where my name is getting shamed, it becomes a issue.
And who could blame him? NBA fans, armchair expert, everything, and with the slightest criticism, block a fool on Twitter. Nina would add, "It's very important to understand the differences between name-calling and telling one's truth. It's even more important when you have a platform and a network to share your truths with millions of people. It requires a certain level of responsibility."
It really kind of hit me the other day. Honestly, I was, me and my wife was at teacher-parent conference for my son. And the teacher told me, she's like, Noah, he's so proud of his last name. He writes it everywhere. He writes it on everything. He tells everybody, he walks around and says, "I'm Westbrook. Westbrook, that's his last name." And I kind of sat there in shock, and it hit me like, damn, like I can no longer allow people, for example, Westbrook to me is now shaming, like it's shaming my name. It's my legacy for my kids. It's a name that means more, not just to me, but to my wife, to my mom, my dad, the ones that kind of paved the way for me.
As Liz Rocher at Yahoo wrote, Russell Westbrook hasn't had the best time with the Lakers this season. He's struggled to fit in with the rest of the team and has had issues with coaching. However, Westbrook has been a convenient scapegoat for angry fans. That scapegoating has cost Westbrook and his family dearly. His wife, Nina, recently revealed some of her feelings on Twitter, and her husband backed her up following the Lakers' recent loss to San Antonio.
It's really the shaming of my name, the shaming of my character, the shaming of who I am as a person, is not warranted. I haven't done anything to anybody. I haven't hurt anyone. I haven't done anything but play basketball a way that people may not like. Once it starts to affect my family, my wife, even today, my mom said something about it today, and it affects them even going to games. Like I don't even want to bring my kids to the game because I don't want them to hear people calling their dad nicknames and out of their names for no reason because he's playing the game that he loves.
ESPN wrote, as the highest paid player on the Lakers this season, making $44 million, Westbrook's production has been a target for many fans frustrated with how inconsistent the Lakers have been. He's averaging 18 points per game and 43% shooting from the field, 28% from three, 67% from the foul line, to go along with 7 boards, 7 dimes, and 4 turnovers. However, it is no reason to issue death threats and the verbal harassment to a player and the player's family and their kids. Do not cross this line that we all know clearly exists in sports. If you are a public figure, you have to be responsible for the type of example you set. Unfortunately, you must keep in mind the consequences of your behavior, wrote Mrs. Westbrook. When you are a powerful person in today's socially driven society, you have to know that using certain derogatory words to describe another person, regardless of if it's your truth, holds so much weight. A clear shot at the likes of Skip Bayless, ESPN's Stephen A. Smith, and others in the world of sports commentary who need hours to fill with content.